The second round starts here. It's the Western Conference semifinals. Game 1 on EA Sports. From American Airlines Center in Dallas. Tonight, the Dallas Mavericks playing host to the LA Clippers. Hello again, everyone. With Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, as we focus on the Mavericks coming into play, they have got to get home court advantage, and they'll need it in what's going to be a tight 5-game series.
And I'll tell you, these 5 games really make each game take on a greater importance than the 7-game series we're used to.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. It's LA Clippers ball. Here's Leonard for 2. Not that time. To Luka Doncic. And the finish at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Beverly into the front court. Trailing by 4. To Paul George. They'll get it down to Leonard. And the slam.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
It can only be one of 2 things here. 1, the defender ran out of gas. Or 2, this dude is just unstoppable.
Beverly to Leonard from long range. And Kawhi Leonard, good on the quick release there.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Short jumper won't fall. Beverly into the front court. Down a point. Tosses. Kawhi Leonard. 3 for 4. Good start.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
To Luka Doncic. Oh, great pass. Setting up the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Driving right to the basket. Leonard knocks it down from mid-range.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Hollis Jefferson. Shot from the lane won't go. Beverly. Off the mark. Doncic. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Kawhi Leonard. That's no good.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
To Luka Doncic. The drive, right to the basket. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
George lets it fly. Add 2 points to the board.
Had a difficult first quarter. Couldn't really find his rhythm, but you got 3 more left to play.
Clippers have it. three at the buzzer. Late heave to beat the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in Game 1. Jay and I return in a moment. You're tuned into the Western Conference semifinals on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Jay, I don't know.
From the start, let's do it.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
And he's got the free throw as well. Clippers have the basketball. Surveys the floor to Hollis Jefferson. Kawhi Leonard here against Troy Daniels. Here comes the screen to Hollis Jefferson. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Kawhi Leonard has got 2 shots coming. A career 84% free throw shooter. And hits the first free throw.
Good shot.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Burke with it. Under a minute to go before halftime. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Nothing going here on that drive. And he's fouled. He's going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Kawhi Leonard, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Nope, first one does not go. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. Stuffs it down with authority. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Offensive board. Another follow. No good. Give him 2 points. High percentage. Straight on 3. At the buzzer. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Mavericks are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. Here we go. All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Beverly into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Leonard to George. From the outside, no good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
To Paul George. Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
And I just hear my high school coach preaching this thing to me every single day, and it's still pertinent for the NBA. It's all about spacing. And when you have guys who are lethal three-point shooters and they understand spacing, oh, that whole floor opens up, and that's a thing of beauty to watch.
It's LA Clippers ball. Oh, whistle.
Just a tic-tac foul.
To Leonard. The jumper's off the mark.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
To Beverly. Can't miss those. Luka Doncic slams it down.
Here's what's brilliant about Luka Doncic. Everybody thinks that you need to be fast or be able to ISO somebody and create your own shot with your speed or your athleticism or your explosiveness. That is not the case. Doncic is 6'8", 230 pounds. Put that smaller guard on your hip, post him up, walk him down, shoot shots over the top. If you have an uncanny style of play, that game can reward you a ton in this league.
PG lets it fly. No good. Stuffs it down with authority.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
LA Clippers with the basketball. To Hollis Jefferson. Beverly. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Runner's good there.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Gilgeous Alexander to Hollis Jefferson. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Gets a shot up off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Harry Giles at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 50%. Wants to do better. And he connects on the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Paul George rejects it. Gilgeous-Alexander, keep an eye on this guy. Slams it down. Three-quarters down, the Mavericks have the lead. Dallas with the basketballs. We begin the fourth quarter. They had the lead coming out of halftime. They were able to extend that lead in the third quarter.
A lot of fans and players get consumed with the big plays, but the coaches love seeing their teams continuing to do the little things. That's how you increase the lead.
Clippers have the basketball. To Hollis Jefferson. Burke with it. His team leads it by 10. Kawhi Leonard, huge block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Short jumper won't go down. Nice pace, sets it up and slams it down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Hollis Jefferson. Screen coming. Here's Leonard for 2. Knocks down a tough shot. That was smothering defense.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a whistle. Dallas will use the timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
To George. Paul George, consistent effort. He's at 50%. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively, he makes those clutch shots. It re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To Paul George. Beverly to George. Going to launch beyond the arc. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
George to Leonard. 4-3. Not that time. He misses. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
To Paul George. Beverly to George. Kristaps Porzingis sends it away.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Off the assist.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. George can't go down. Smothering defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Paul George fires, and that's rebounded by the Mavericks. The victory to the Mavericks. They've grabbed game one of this best-of-5 series. For my partner, Jay Williams, and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA Playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up.